Hello, welcome to Astairs Menswear. It's another one of our helpful videos. This one today is to show you how we think you should wear a suit jacket. Now we're a very modern shop and we like to wear ours so they're very slim fit. If you prefer a more comfortable fit, that's absolutely fine, we'll talk about that. But we just prefer everything to look a little bit more tailored and a little bit sharp. And we're working with off the peg clothes, but you can still get a really good result from an off the peg suit. So for me, the first place to start is to make sure that our shirt is the right length. This is an off the peg shirt. Some of us are fortunate enough that they fit us straight off. For me, you can see it's a little bit long in the arm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop on some sleeve garters just to make sure that we start where we should be, and I can show you with the jacket. So the shirt should be sitting just nicely on our wristbone there. This can obviously be done with some tailoring. I'm using some sleeve garters just to improvise today because this is straight off the peg. But you can find a shirt that fits you off the peg, or you can get a little bit of tailoring done, or just use the sleeve garters, it's up to you. So, but the bit I'm interested in is I want my shirt sleeves sitting exactly where they should be so that I can show you guys how this should sit. So, first of all we need to talk about is what do we want the suit for? So if the suit's for work, you might want it a little bit more comfortable. Whereas if you're going for pleasure, you're going, I don't know, for a wedding or a race day, probably going to be going more look for the aesthetic, so it looks really sharp, etc. So that might influence your decision a little bit. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a suit jacket that's too big for me. So we walk in the high street and we pick up a suit jacket and we pop it on and we think, okay, yeah, that looks fine, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a little bit big, it's lacking a little bit of shape. And for me at the moment, this is knocking around at about a 5 or a 6 out of 10 in terms of how this. So yeah, so it's a little bit long in the sleeves here. It's quite big in my shoulders and it's very boxy here. So yeah, I would say this is about a 5 or a 6 for me. Okay, so straight away, I'm going to knock us down to a 38. So I regularly wear a 36 jacket. It does depend whether it's a slim fit, a tailored fit or a standard fit. That can change things as well. And you just need to try them on. This is off the peg, don't forget. So straight away, that has knocked it up to probably about a 7, maybe an 8. It looks nice, it looks sharp. At this point, we need to make a decision. Do we want to wear our jacket done up or do we want to have it undone? Okay, now you could be thinking, well, that looks fine. And yeah, okay, it does look fine, but I think I can get it looking a bit nicer. I like to wear my jackets open. If a jacket can do up, which this one can, quite easily, and it sits quite nicely, when it's done up, it looks quite tailored. So this one here actually does look quite tailored under here when it's done up. However, if it's done up, then when you undo it, that opening there means you've got an extra 4 inches of material somewhere. So where's that going to go? It's just kind of, I don't know if you can see it there, it just looks quite boxy and quite baggy. Okay, so if I was going to be somebody that wanted to do this up, I'd probably go for the 38 and have it done up most of the time. As I'm somebody that likes to have it, still have that silhouette but have my jacket open and maybe wear a waistcoat, I'm going to probably drop down to a 36 on it. So the shoulders are much better and when it's done up it looks absolutely fine. The sleeves are getting there for me. The sleeves are not too bad. I definitely would want to see at least this amount of shirt sleeve coming out here. So now I'm going to drop down one more. So this for me will be the jacket that I would go for and I would recommend for a customer for me. So let's get it all sitting. So obviously because everything's slim fit now, everything feels a bit tighter. It takes a little while for you to maybe to get used to it if you're not used to it, but straight away the jacket's open. Obviously when I'm not moving my arms around, you can see that silhouette, and when I turn around there's just less material. The problem being, obviously, if I want to do it up, I actually can do it up. Okay, so I can do this up here. Okay, but you can see that's pulling on that, it's quite tight. Now if we were somebody that had a little bit of a tummy, okay, not a lot, could just be a little bit, that's not going to do up. However, having it undone, maybe a waistcoat or just as I am now, it's still going to look really slimming and look nice. Doesn't need to be done up. What I would say at this stage as well is I'm a 36, so let's say you're a 40 regular jacket off the peg all of the time. So we get 3 blokes, all 40 regular, all 40 chest, completely different body shapes. You could have one that's a bodybuilder and he works out a little bit, so he's got a 40 chest but he's got a tiny waist. You could have somebody that's got a bit of a tummy, or somebody that's straight up and straight down. These suits are made by the manufacturer. All 3 of their suit jackets are going to be exactly the same. So what we always say is, if you're going to go buy a suit and you want to get a 10, do expect to have a little bit of tailoring done. It doesn't cost a lot, but for a little tweak and a tuck here, and most adjustments cost no more than about £25 per adjustment, you can end up with a suit that ends up as a 10 rather than an 8. So with this jacket for me then, looking at the sleeve length, that looks really sharp, that looks really nice. The jacket fits me really well, and this is how I would expect it to sit. The one thing whilst we're on sleeve lengths, just before we go, is one of the questions that we get quite a lot from our customers is, oh, the sleeves are too short. And what they do is something that we call in here mummy arms. So the first thing they do when someone puts it on is they lift their arms up, mummy arms. Now, then they'll say, oh, it's too short on the arms. So if you look at this, yes, of course, it does look too short. This happens no matter whether it's your jacket, your coat, whatever it is. So the way we kind of combat that is it's actually where your arms are in the neutral position. So if I was to say to them, well, where would you want that? You'd want that down at your wrist. Yeah, of course. Okay, so that is that much more material. So what's that? 4 inches? 4 more inches that you'd want on that material. Arms back on in the neutral position. This is where the jacket should be. Looks great. If I was to add those 4 inches here, where would that be? It would be here. It would be on my hand here. So then it would look ridiculous on me. So never do mummy arms. Always assess it, get it all settled, and have a look to see where it is when you're in the neutral position. Now that for me is a perfect jacket. It fits really nicely, it looks tailored, and it's off the peg, and I'm happy with that. Thank you very much for your time. If you want to have a look at some more of our videos, then please do, and we'll see you again soon.